Amy.
Hey, Jack.
I'm gay.
Oh my god, that is so funny. I'm also gay. I was going to tell you.
Wait, really?
Yeah.
And you're listening to Dating Straight. Hey, Amy.
Hi, Jack.
Hi, Kelly.
Hi, Jack. Hi, Amy.
We are so excited to have you here today. This is Kelly Mealy from Bling Empire. Iconic show, iconic character.
Yes.
And we're just so grateful to have you here today.
I'm so happy to be here.
Aw.
Thanks for having me.
If you can't tell, we're tipsy. Yeah.
Just a little
Just
bit.
a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Yeah. Kelly said we should take a shot. And we said,
Absolutely.
Oh.
Anything for you, girl.
Blame it on me. Blame it on me.
and then it turned out that it wasn't our alcohol and we were stealing it from Nick Viall, the Bachelor, who actually was our first episode ever was with him. And then you know him.
Nick was my first podcast. I actually sat on the exact same chair last time I was here.
Oh my
Yeah, the
God.
exact same spot. So thanks, Nick.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then
thank
you
you.
said steal his alcohol. And so I did because I'm listening to the woman.
Yes.
It's
yes.
important.
Yes.
I will Venmo you $10.
Before we get into this, make sure to rate on the podcast apps, leave a 5-star review. We love to read your reviews and subscribe to our Patreon as well. We make new episodes that are juicy, where we tell all. We also do newsletters and live streams every month. So come join us. So, Kelly, Bling Empire,
We just both watched it.
we both watched it. We already told you this, you're the best character on that show.
Yeah. I love that you keep saying character.
Oh yeah, it's not a character. You're the
Yeah.
best person. I guess,
You're a human person.
I know. I guess I just used to watching real TV. I don't know.
Real TV.
What's wrong
It's
with
not reality TV. Real
okay,
TV.
Not
wait,
shade
not
the
real
guest right now.
Scripted. Okay.
I'm just
Panicking.
kidding. I'm
This is
just
the
kidding.
realest TV. This is
You're
reality
right. This
TV.
is the real TV.
Yeah.
And fake TV. I'm used to watching
Yeah.
characters.
Fake TV.
And you're the best. You're the best character.
Go.
Oh my God, you're the best person. I'm sorry, guys. I'm drunk.
So you're our favorite character. is what
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Thank you so much. I feel like I start saying this because I'm here.
No.
Literally, like on the phone, I almost wrote in our notes, like, not just because you're the one here.
Yeah.
Yeah,
We've been
Oh, thank you
texting
so
about
much.
it.
we have.
And you're
We've
also
been
the producer on the show, the executive producer. Firstly, congratulations. What a success. Tell us about just that feeling of like being, you were in the top 10, right, on Netflix?
We're in the top 10 in over 50 countries.
Wow.
That is
So-
so sick.
It's been completely like just unreal. I've been very grateful and just overwhelmed by the love and support from the fans. So just very grateful for everybody watching
Awesome.
the show.
And for those of you who haven't seen, can you just explain sort of briefly what the concept is a little bit?
Bling Empire is like the real life of Crazy Rich Asians. It follows my group of friends and me in Los Angeles. You know, you get to see a lot of amazing, fabulous, over the top parties.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
But also
jewels.
a lot of jewelry, a lot of bling, but also it's about, real life. We go over a lot of problems that people deal with every single day, relationship problems, finding real parents, birth, death, and infertility.
Top 10 show on Netflix. That's a huge deal. In 50 countries, you said. Are you over the moon? Like, are you staying grounded? What are we, what are we, how
Yeah,
are
are you
feeling?
different now?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I'm so different. No, I'm just kidding. It's been so unreal and just been very overwhelmed by the love and support from the fans, and just very grateful, so grateful for this experience.
Do people stop you on the street a bunch now?
People have stopped me on the street and they thought I was Lucy Liu, but no, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. No. I'm just kidding. No, it's been great. It's been great being able to interact with the fan. I miss like being out and just have human connections. So hopefully after the pandemic we can do more of that.
Do you watch a lot of reality TV?
Not too much, actually. Like my kind of reality TV tend to be like Storage Wars or like American Pickers.
Mhm.
I love Anthony Bourdain, Andrew Zimmern, so that kind of is more my reality shows I watch.
Definitely. I love Storage Wars. And I think,
Do you?
yes. I stopped watching a little bit, but it's been going on forever. Like, I
Yes.
feel like it's sort of the same episode every time. Sometimes they hit it big and they'll bid on a storage unit for $100 and then they'll find a unique baseball card that's worth thousands. But
I feel like we should do like a Storage War and like a Bling Empire crossover.
absolutely.
That'd be so fun.
Send you
Lit,
guys
totally.
into the store. I would like to see you guys like picking through some of the gross storage units. And
That'd be
seeing-
so fun.
That would
Yep.
be fun.
What has been like the audience reaction to you, like on Twitter? Because they can be
Mhm.
kind of ruthless on Twitter.
I try not to look at it too much, but
Okay.
the couple I saw was like more, just about my relationship. It's
Yeah.
like, Kelly, we're all rooting for you, but what the hell happened? Or just that kind of stuff. So, but mostly it's good.
Yeah. I mean, like we've said over and over again, you were kind of the character that sorry. It's not, what would
Person.
you castmate?
Human being?
You were the person. You're the person that we were all kind of rooting for, and wanting like the best for, I think. I think you, out of all the characters, were sort of the most grounded, I would say. I mean, there's something really fun about also having some people in the show who are like, not in a mean
Billionaires.
way, but like more delusional, and about like, you know what I mean? Like that's like a super fun part of the show is like how much money these people have and like what how they live their lives and like what they think normal people like Kevin, he's kind of living a more normal life and how they think that's just crazy.
Yeah.
But you were very much grounded, I think, the whole time. And like frankly, like your storyline was never really ever about money, actually. It was more about your relationships and your personal well-being.
I think because for me, I'm an entrepreneur, so I've been ups and downs, and then also immigrant, so immigrant to the country. So I've lived a really poor lifestyle. I've also lived a really high lifestyle. So I think for me, money is not really important in a sense. Where what really important is the relationship that you build with people and the people that you travel with in life. So.
Mm-hmm.
How do you handle like those different ups and downs? Because that's drastic, I feel like. I feel like you've had drastic ups and downs.
I definitely did. How to handle it? It's just that knowing that's temporary and ride the wave and just work hard and know that if you're down, it's gonna come back up. What goes up must come down and vice versa, right?
How
Right.
did you even learn that? Like on your first, big down or whatever. I feel like
Yeah.
I think my first big down was when I was 10, moving to the U.S. and living the immigrant life. My mom's working. She was doing anti-cancer research at UIC, and she was working 2 other jobs at different restaurants. And we were living in an apartment that's $250 a month, and there was like rats in our walls that I'm just hearing every night. So I had no choice other than just be strong and knowing that. This is temporary and we're going to trust in my parents' ability. So I think that was my first down.
Yeah. And then you quickly rose very high. I mean, you sort of were like one of the people on the show that are like self-made, I would say. But then did have another abrupt sort of fall from grace, I guess, which you mentioned in the first episode with your first husband. Can you talk a little bit about that?
Yeah. So, my ex-husband and I married at a very young age. I was 24, he was 23. So,
Oh my gosh.
and he was extremely successful. He made his first million when he was 18 years old. And he's an immigrant like me. So that's why also I respect him a lot, growing up, being with him. But later on, I didn't really know what was going on because I kind of stayed out of his business because I had my own business to run. So we had a very lavish lifestyle. We flew only private for 2 years and lived in, everywhere we go, it's presidential, $30,000 a night, presidential suites.
I read that you were spending $500,000 a month. Like I just don't even know how to do that.
Oh, I can show you. I can show you. It's easy. And then of course, like you said, it was a crazy drop where from one day, you have an unlimited black Amex, so you can go do whatever you want, buy whatever you want, to you couldn't get gas in your car. You're like, oh my God, how do I even get gas in my car? So it was difficult, but it was a transition. But for me, I've always made my own money, so I know I can always make it again.
Yeah. That's
That would
so
have been
cool.
really traumatic. Like how long did you not date in between him and like whoever you dated next?
I think it's about 3 years since
Wow.
before I met Andrew. Yeah,
Wow.
so it took a while.
Were you
Yeah.
kind of dating a little bit in between or not really?
I was dating a little bit, but it wasn't anybody that's, super serious. I never had a boyfriend. Andrew's my first boyfriend after my ex-husband.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And that relationship was broadcasted, I guess probably just mostly like what the end of the relationship was mostly broadcasted on TV, which has got to be so vulnerable to do.
Yeah.
I know that you mentioned like when you were thinking of the concept of the show, you weren't even thinking that you were going to be on it. And you found yourself on it. And then you found yourself, having to work through these relationship struggles while on a TV show. That's got to be that's really brave of you, firstly. But like
really challenging.
How did you know that was going to be something that was going to be broadcast when you signed up for the show?
I think when we first signed on the show, obviously the storyline was a little bit different. But, even though I helped put the show together, I kind of opted myself out completely on the creative part just because if I was going to be in front of cameras, I want to be present and vulnerable. And I don't want to think about the creative and the backside of it. So, our showrunner, Brendan, was so great. And same thing with our other executive producer, Jeff Jenkins, who did all the Kardashians and Simple Life. So, I kind of trusted them however they want to put my storyline and wherever they want to tailor and, the direction of it. So it was definitely challenging just because, even before the show, I was always been a very private person.
Yeah.
Even on social media, I was very private. So it was definitely a 180 change.
Jeez.
But I'm really happy we did it because at the end of the day, I think it really brought all of our problems. We had a face on all our problems. We couldn't really hide anymore.
Right.
And then from there, discovering therapy. Our therapy sessions on the show was my first time being therapy. And it's such a big part of my life right now. And it's helped me change so much. So I'm grateful for the experience.
Thank you so much to the presenting sponsor of this episode, Curology.
Look at me. I'm
gorgeous.
Beautiful.
Whether you're trying to take control of acne or if acne is no longer your top skin concern, fine lines, dark spots, occasional breakouts, or clogged pores, Curology will customize a prescription formula with 3 active ingredients picked for you to tackle your skincare needs.
Mm-hmm. We've both done it.
We have.
It's iconic and easy and super great
Straight
product.
to your door.
And licensed dermatology provider gives you exactly what you need.
Literally.
So take control of acne, dark spots, breakouts, or whatever your unique concern may be with a powerful skincare treatment made just for you today. Go to Curology.com/dating for a free 30-day trial. Just pay for shipping and handling. That's CUROLOGY.com/dating to unlock your 30-day free trial.
Thanks, Curology. Thank you so much also to Upstart for sponsoring this episode of the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
When it comes to paying off debt, it can often feel like an uphill battle. High interest rates resulting in a minimum monthly payment makes you feel like you're in an endless cycle of debt. So Upstart can help you get ahead. Upstart is the fast and easy way to pay off your debt with a personal loan all online. Whether it's paying off credit cards, consolidating high interest debt, or funding personal expenses, over 500,000 people have used Upstart to get a simple fixed monthly payment.
So unlike other lenders, Upstart looks at more than just your credit score, which I think is awesome because the whole credit score system is kind of whack.
Yeah.
Not gonna lie.
Yeah.
And it looks at things like your income and your employment history. This means that they can offer smarter rates with trusted partners. With a 5-minute online rate check, you can see your rate up front for loans between $1,000 to $50,000. So it's super easy. And you can receive funds as fast as 1 business day after accepting your loan. Find out how Upstart can lower your monthly payments today when you go to upstart.com/dating. That's upstart.com/dating. Don't forget to use our URL and let them know that we sent you. Please support our show. Loan amounts will be determined based on your credit, income, and certain other information provided in the loan application. Go to upstart.com/dating.
Thanks, Upstart. What was that like watching all of that back? Because I feel like you probably have much more of a perspective. Did you watch it with Andrew?
The first time I watched it with Andrew.
Wow.
And it was, I was literally sweating. I was like,
Yeah.
I had to pause a few times and check
Yeah.
on him. It's like, hey, are you okay? Should we continue? But we got through it. Therapy was there were definitely some scenes that was hard to watch, and also we didn't know how they were cut it because each therapy session is about 3 hours of filming, but
Wow.
you cut it to
3
like
hours.
5 minutes, right, or even
Wow.
less.
Wow.
So there was
They pick the stuff that goes with the
it's
narrative.
whatever that doesn't move whatever moves the story forward. If it
Right.
doesn't move it, then obviously it's not going to be in it because we only have 8 episodes.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's difficult, but end of the day, there's no regrets for me.
Yeah. And it seems like you have grown since the show stopped. I mean, since episode 8, it seems like you've grown a lot. Personally, I know that you posted publicly that you and Andrew are not together anymore. And so is that going to be, what are you doing now? Like, are you still sort of, you mentioned in the pre-show, which you can go watch on audio only, that you are looking to find a soulmate this next year,
But also not dating for
but also not
3
dating.
months.
So how's that?
How are you gonna do it, girl?
How you gonna do it?
Yeah.
So I gave myself 3 months of no dating rule. So June 1st will be the 3 month will be over. Just because I think even if consciously I'm like I feel good, I feel okay, but I don't know subconsciously how it's affecting me, and I'm sure if it's affecting me a lot, just because Andrew and I have been together for 5.5 years, and it was a very, very long time. It's the longest relationship I ever, had. And at points of our relationships, we, this is the person I was gonna have kids with. So I want to take the proper time off and, just be with me and love myself and spend alone time. But anyway, so after June 1st,
But then
it's on.
Do you want to date around a little, or you want to just lock it in?
I'm not sure. Let's see how it goes. I hate dating. I'm just not a dating person, but also I do not want to rush into anything.
Yeah.
What do you
For
hate
me-
about dating?
What?
Yeah, what do you hate about dating? Well, we did see one.
I don't know. I like the stability. I like, building a deep relationship with somebody. Same thing with friendships. I like building deep friendships. I don't really like the surface stuff, it's fun, but I really want to get to know somebody. So dating is a lot of that, and then I also feel like it's such a lot of waste of time, because you might go on a first date and you're just like, wow, I just wasted 2 hours of my life, with this person I'm never going to see again.
but it could be fun. Could be fun to date around.
or not.
Dating's a little awkward. I feel that.
I mean, and are you gonna have to do this dating on the show? Like, is that
Oh.
sort of, because I mean, that was your storyline pretty much for season 1 was your relationship. Is that going to be, you think, your storyline for season 2, or do you think you're going to sort of try and make that a little more private? Because I know we've both, obviously we have a dating podcast. We've spoken about
Yeah,
our,
we've struggled with how open we're
how
willing
open
to be.
It always, you never know how open to be, and then it ends up.
Because then everyone feels like they can have an opinion on
Oh, yeah.
your relationship.
Oh yeah. I read those comments on my Instagram. No.
Yeah.
I really want to hopefully focus a little bit more on myself and my career, just because I think one of the things season 1 that I really, really wish people were able to see, just my career life, just because that's such a big part of my life. But I'm not opposed to it, but I also feel like hopefully the person that my soulmate doesn't want to be on a reality show, so
Totally.
you
doesn't have
want-
Instagram, maybe.
Totally.
So you don't want them to want to be on it.
No.
I don't know. I feel like
Have
You're
a
right.
secret man off camera.
Yes.
for me, I'm
Yes.
like Drag Jess,
No, that is completely the right. I think that's the right decision.
So we'll see. Like, I'm not opposed to it, so we'll see.
We
There's no
were-
such thing as wrong or right. I feel like it's
No.
just
But I just agree. I've always said I want to find someone who's not on social media at all. Just I don't know. There's
off grid.
not completely off grid, but I don't know. There's something about I think people who don't value likes and
Mhm.
comments or whatever, or a spotlight that is.
Mhm.
Is it because you want to be in the spotlight?
The truth comes out.
Well,
Don't
I
want to
mean,
compete.
But to be real, I'm sure we've all known with that comes a lot of struggle and difficulty of being
Yeah.
in the spotlight, and
Absolutely.
I feel frankly a lot of my anxiety comes from my growing up making YouTube videos and catering to an audience and things like that, where I think people who aren't like that, they just are utterly themselves,
Yeah, no, I agree
Which
with
is-
you. I agree.
Yeah.
And also it takes away from, I think there's kind of someone's intention towards you as well, when they don't care about any of the stuff you do. They just purely want to be with you because they love you.
Yeah.
And it's you. So
For sure.
Yeah.
Because now dating, now that you're on one of the top 10 shows on Netflix, that's probably going to look a little bit different.
I'm not
Right.
sure. Yeah, we'll see. This is a whole new world, and just have to see.
Yeah. We were actually speaking about, like you mentioned, like your storyline was all about your relationship and everyone else's was kind of about like their wealth or their jobs or things like that. But you kind of got stuck with the relationship lens. I know you said you didn't have much of the creative, I don't know, leeway with this show. You kind of opted yourself out of it. Like, are you happy with sort of the edit that you got?
I'm happy with it just because there's no regret. Like you're not going to be happy 100% all the time, but
Yeah.
it's give and take. And I think that they did a really great job.
Yeah. I mean, it's a great show. You also, at one point in the show, very soon after taking a break with Andrew, went on a date with Kevin.
Where are you and Kevin in your relationship now?
Kevin and I are still really good friends, and that's
Yeah.
that's it.
You friend zoned him.
Yeah, we're
time.
totally we're not right for each other, but we're really great friends. So,
Yes.
yeah. And I'm never going to be worried about Kevin. He has girls lined up.
Oh,
the door,
yeah?
so,
Yeah. Or boys.
yeah. He will make pancakes for everyone.
I know. That was a good move.
When
But-
he was leaning in for the kisses, I was like, Kevin,
That's what I was about
please,
to say. You
please
had
don't
just
do it.
taken that break and then you were on that date and he was going for it.
He
Like,
was
you needed a
going
little
for
bit of
it.
time.
It was a little too intense because for me, I like to take things slow. Even with Drew and I mean, we did kiss for the first day, but the next step, it took him 12 days.
Mm.
And he
Wow.
was like, yeah, he always joke around about it. But he said it was worth it.
Yeah. Obviously, like now the world has gotten into your life and has opinions. But even like throughout the show, your friends were very vocal about your relationship. At some points, you even like lied to them about it, which I think we've all been there.
Yeah, yeah.
1000%.
I could definitely relate to that. So I was like,
Yeah.
that's my girl right there.
Like, I felt like
same. Though.
that's why your character was so relatable. And I don't know. I just love your storyline. And I'm really excited for season 2. Hopefully that, you come out to be this like amazing independent woman who's focused on career, who's driven. Because you're also working on a ton of other projects, right? You're like a producer of many things.
Yeah, I produce mostly script and television and movies. So we have a lot of really great projects this year. So I'm really excited to share that too in the future.
Did you shoot a lot of your working as well? And did they just not use it?
We didn't shoot a lot, but we did shoot some.
Yeah.
And most was cut out.
Right.
was
that like-
most was cut out.
Was that a little frustrating?
No, I don't think I was frustrated because, we only have 8 episodes. So I
Yeah.
understand that they have to make difficult choices in the editing room. And if it doesn't make the storyline forward, And there's also, times I do scripted stuff. I'm in the editing room and this is an amazing scene, but it just doesn't add to the overall story.
Right.
So we have to cut it. Yeah.
Right.
I was going to ask, are there 8 episodes in the next season or are there more?
There are 8 episodes.
Nice.
Yeah.
I think this show also is really like revolutionary because it was a show where it's like pretty much the only reality, or I guess probably, only reality show that I can think of at least that has like an all Asian led cast. What does that feel like? Like, what does that mean to you?
I am so proud. Every time I think about it, just that we're one of the first all Asian cast reality shows, it just like gives me like so much, like I'm just so proud because again, Asian representation is so important in mass media, and with Fresh Off the Boat, Crazy Rich Asian, they paved the way for Bling Empire, and Bling Empire adding another genre in reality, and hopefully that we can pave the way for other all Asian cast shows in the future.
Did you know many of the other castmates before you started? Like, did you help cast it as well?
So I've known majority of them. So I've known Christine for almost 10 years, and King I've known for over 8 years. I think Kevin and Anna are my newer friends, but even with them, I got to hang out with them for like a whole year before the camera started rolling. So by then, we're already family. Yeah,
Interesting. Just like in pre-production, you guys would just hang out?
yeah. When Jeff Jenkins brought Anna to our group, and obviously right away. I mean, she's just so
She's
lovable.
And
like
I-
you can't,
icon, yeah.
you can't like not love Anna. If you
Oh
don't
my
love
God.
Anna, then bye, kind of thing. So right away we just all got along really well, and then we so when the camera started rolling, we're just the chemistry is great, and we're all real friends right now.
Thank you so much to Relief Band for sponsoring this episode of the podcast. I really like Relief Band. I don't have it on right now because I'm not really feeling that nauseous. But honestly, like my anxiety makes me really nauseous. I also get really bad motion sickness. So I have realized that my Relief Band totally helps. It's crazy. It's a really interesting feeling. It's something that I've never felt before. It's like a little buzz on a nerve.
I will tell you about it in a moment.
True. Yeah, okay. But it definitely helps. So you've got to check out Relief Band.
Relief Band is the #1 FDA-cleared anti-nausea wristband that has been clinically proven to quickly relieve and effectively prevent nausea and vomiting associated with motion sickness, anxiety, migraines, hangovers, morning sickness, chemotherapy, and so much more. The product is 100% drug-free, non-drowsy, and provides all-natural, long-lasting relief with 0 side effects for as long as needed. How it works is Relief Band stimulates a nerve in your wrist that travels to the part of your brain that controls nausea. Then it blocks the signal from your brain that is sending to your stomach to tell that you're feeling sick. It's really
that is so
crazy scientific.
How did they even think to do any of that?
I don't know, but if you know someone who deals with nausea, Relief Band makes a great gift as well.
True. Yeah. Relief Band has already been helping me. Sometimes when I get really anxious, especially before podcast episodes, I can throw on my Relief Band and the nerve stimulates my brain, something, and then I feel way better.
Yeah.
I haven't tried it yet for motion sickness, but I certainly will. Like car sickness, especially driving at night, can be a little tricky, love.
Mm-hmm.
Or like if I'm on a boat, which the last time I was on a boat.
Hopefully soon we'll get our yacht, our Dating Straight yacht.
Yeah, I will definitely be using that band, honey, because it totally did help. It's kind of crazy. I don't get it, but it works.
Yes, and as the world is opening back up, don't let the fear of nausea keep you on the sidelines. Right now, Relief Band has an exclusive offer just for Dating Straight listeners. If you go to reliefband.com and use promo code DATING, you'll receive 20% off plus free shipping and a no questions asked 30-day money-back guarantee. So head to Relief Band, that's ReliefBand.com, and use our promo code DATING for 20% off plus free shipping.
Thank you so much, Relief Band. Who's your favorite person to film with?
You can't ask me that.
We sure can.
I actually didn't film with a lot of people. I mean, I filmed with Drew a lot mostly. I wish I have more scenes with Kane just because, Kane and I have been friends for so long. We know each other so well. So hopefully, next season we'll have more scenes together.
Okay, so this show, obviously, it's all about wealth and it's all about... I mean, the parties in this show, we get an invite?
Cool, yeah.
Yeah. You, as someone who has, like we've talked about, gone up and down and up and down, like what were you like sort of trying to show through this show, I guess?
I don't know. I don't think I had a determined thing what I want to show about myself going into the show. I think I just want to be myself. I want to be as vulnerable, as real as possible. And however, they cut it and however they want to show it, it's kind of up to the other producers and editor. But I think for me, I just want to be me.
Yeah.
That's really it.
Is it sometimes difficult to relate to people who grew up as, millionaire, billionaires?
Right.
Some, I for sure, because trust fund kids sometimes their sense of reality or their vision of reality is a little narrow. But I think that's the great thing about our cast. Most of them are, Kane's from a really wealthy billionaire family, but he understands everything. He understands the value of a dollar, and his parents are just awesome. Like I'm like, I want them to adopt me, But so I think that with this cast, everybody's been pretty great. But I've dated, a couple of trust fund kids, and we just didn't connect just because their sense of reality is very narrow.
Okay, I'm thinking back to the therapy moments. I want to know something that you've learned in therapy that we should know, because I feel like we always talk about therapy on our show.
I love therapy.
We love to talk about things we've learned. Is there anything thing you learned in therapy that
Recently, I mean, so on this show, obviously, it's a relationship mostly. I think it's just how to communicate properly. Because for me, like, I never learned how to communicate my emotions because growing up in the Asian culture, we really don't talk about our emotions. So for me, if I just feel a rush of like anger or disappointment or whatever, but I don't know how to properly communicate. I kind of just shut down, so that's for the relationship part. But as far as, I've been doing a lot of individual therapy lately. And for me, I realized my dad left my mom and me when I was 10 years old. And at that time, I've always was like, oh, okay, well, it just happened. And I've always been very strong about it. I didn't realize how much it affected me until like way later on. And, I developed codependency issues. So Drew and I had different types of codependent issues, but they're codependents mostly. For me, I was always like, I needed to feel needed. So I always overcompensate. I always overdo things for the other person. And also, I had a hard time letting go. So I always stay in something a lot longer than I really should. And then that all triggers from childhood. It's just so crazy. But when I started going to therapy, it's like things were making sense. I was like, the dots are connecting. I was like, and it was no longer like, well, it's just the way I am. I don't know, like, just the way I was brought up, and nothing's wrong with me,
Yeah.
So I really, really recommend. Yeah, I really, really recommend therapy. Yeah,
for sure. I feel like I could definitely connect with you through watching your relationship, like the, turbulence and like the on again, off again, like maybe the confusion. Because I feel like I was in a very on again, off again relationship as well. And I also would lie to my friends and like act like, girl.
I'm kidding.
Well, you're not.
I'm not kidding, but I understand why you did.
Yeah. But it just becomes like, I don't really remember how many times we like started and stopped talking again, but I feel like it was like 6 or 7. And at a point, it just gets almost embarrassing to try and explain to your friends, what you're going through. But I feel like also through therapy, the codependency thing, everyone's codependent. I mean, not everyone, but like a lot more than you would really think, I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, that just goes to show, unfortunately, that a lot of like relationships that we were brought up around also had those issues. So we just adopt them. I don't think it's just like random.
Yeah.
Necessarily.
They should teach like emotional maturity in preschool.
Yes.
Or like how to deal with feelings.
1,000%.
Yeah.
1,000%. I really, I really hope that they will have something like that in the future.
Yeah.
I mean, I wish I started knowing about therapy and mental health at a very young age. It would have saved me a lot of headaches.
For sure. Was your relationship before Andrew, was it also kind of hard to get out of?
No, that one wasn't really hard to get out of. I think it just, my problem with Andrew, and that's also the thing I loved about him, was that he never gave up on us. So if I try to break things off, he always trying to reach out. He always try to make things right. And I appreciate it about him, but also at the same time, it was really hard for us to, let go when things just weren't right anymore. Yeah.
Sometimes you just need the space from a person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think you were smart about that though. Like, I felt like you were pretty communicative even in those therapy sessions.
True.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah. It was funny with Drew and I, like I feel like we wanted the same things, but we just, like, we're speaking the same language, but we just weren't connecting a lot of times,
Yeah.
But he also, he helped me a lot also with vulnerability. I was very closed off, and especially again in the Asian culture, we're taught not to show our feelings. So he really helped me open up more, and he also helped me to look deeper within myself. So I'm grateful for the relationship. I grew so much in a relationship, and it really challenged me.
And that's got to be also crazy. Like during the pandemic is kind of when you guys were,
reconciled. Yeah.
Well,
not the
you
beginning.
broke up, right?
The beginning 6 months I was by myself a lot, and that time was really great for me. Just because I've always had a problem also before, was that being alone. I didn't really like a lot of people, but I always like having people around. So I just had to be by myself and living by myself, because we separate our living situations. So that first 6 months was really great. And then, yes, after 6 months, we did get back together for a brief few months.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What are you looking for in your next partner,
Mhm.
next man's?
I think for me, I just want somebody who can somebody who can hold their own, and I still want the honesty, the loyalty, and then somebody mature, that we can have open communications about our feelings and needs. I think that's very important.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's important, especially as someone who's like a boss ass bitch. Kind of like we actually were talking about this in a past episode with Gabby Hanna, was that she was like, she found a guy, and she's a, YouTuber with millions of subscribers. And she's like, but you can see him, like, he's just as confident doing his job.
Yeah.
And just as he knows that he's, worthy of dating her.
He's
you know what I mean?
secure. He's
Yeah,
secure.
it's so important.
It is
It's
so important. Yeah.
Do you think you would date another reality star?
I'm not sure. Do you have somebody in mind?
I watch a lot of reality TV. I'm sure I could find someone.
Nick Vi. Oh
Yes.
no, he has that girlfriend now.
He does?
right?
Nick has a girlfriend. Yeah,
Yeah.
he does. He does.
You didn't know that?
What?
And
I
she
thought
is
he
beautiful
was...
and so cute. I don't know her, but I saw her on Instagram.
No, I believe that.
Yeah, so back off.
Oh no, not even there. Yeah.
I felt like Nick Vile would just be a bachelor forever. Those were the vibes.
I don't know. I feel like he's also a softie though. Like I think he gives off player a little bit energy, but I think he's a softie deep down.
Maybe you should be a player. 2021.
Player no more. No, I'm just kidding.
Well, is that not what Orange said, Miss?
I don't
What
know
did
if I'd be
Orange
really good at a
say?
player. I don't know. I mean, I can try it, but I really think I'm not going to be good at it. Because I care about people's feelings too much, you know?
Yeah. I was about to say, I don't think if you're a player, you are communicating your feelings truly. Like you said, you want to communicate your feelings and really be honest.
Yeah.
I think if you're doing that, it's hard to be a player because then you might just tell someone hey, I don't see this going anywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
But
don't
some
think I'd be
people
really
want
good.
that.
Yeah, I
Want
don't
what?
know.
Like just something casual.
Right.
But I don't like casual things. I just said I don't
Yeah.
like surface things. So I think I'll be a really, really bad player.
Right.
Yeah.
You'd be like, yeah, I'm going out with one guy. I'm going on. You'd have 5 dates lined up in one day or one weekend. And then after the first, you'd be like, let's move in.
No.
That's also exhausting. You're 5 days in 1 weekend. I'm like, oh, that's so exhausting.
Yeah.
I can do it. If I can do it, you could do it. It seems like you have, I don't know if you know much about the lesbian community or at least the stereotypes of the lesbian community.
Yes.
But the stereotype of lesbians is that
U-Haul.
they U-Haul, which just means after the first date, they move in and they make it really serious.
Oh, really?
Yes. Not me though. I'm different.
Oh,
I am different.
you used to be like that.
Not by choice. How about that?
But how does that work out afterwards? Do you guys
And they're together for 3 to 5 years.
Oh,
and they
really?
break
Well,
up, move on.
And then a horrible breakup.
yes.
But after
always.
one day, you can. All right.
Well,
Some people, I feel like I know people who really just moved in immediately.
yeah. I mean, usually, what do you think a normal time to move in with a significant other is?
True.
After?
A year,
A year.
a year and a half. Yeah.
What
But
does
then
a
you're still
lesbian
in the
think of-
honeymoon phase, I feel like.
You just want to get into it, huh? You're like, screw the honeymoon period. Let's get real.
No. I don't want that. I never want to live with a partner ever again.
Okay.
Isn't that crazy? Ever.
I want to have homes next door, sleepovers.
Okay.
But I feel like if you're moving in after a year and a half, then you're still in the honeymoon phase. And it's then of course you're going to be wanting to move in with someone.
Is the honeymoon period? I know it's 2 years, right? Is it really necessary? Because I feel like Drew and I never had our honeymoon period. Like,
Really?
the first 2 years, we were just so real from the beginning.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think for me, same thing with next relationship. I just want to be really real.
Okay.
Let's just get to it.
You are a businesswoman. You're like, let's close the deal.
Honestly,
let's
yeah.
sign the dotted line.
Not too fast though either.
Okay.
You gotta negotiate. It's like you
Right.
gotta butter it up first. You don't want to get lowballed in your negotiation.
Definitely. Yeah, you want to get that that closing gift, the closing deal gift. That's what I imagine. When you signed with Netflix, they sent you a luxurious bouquet of flowers. Am I wrong?
Just send me something. That's nice.
That's what I'm saying. That's what you want. As someone who is a lesbian
Mhm.
and as someone who has moved in, what do you think a normal time frame for a lesbian to move in is? When do you think most of them start thinking, I want to move in with this person?
Too early.
What's that?
I don't know, 6 months?
6 months.
Yeah.
6 months is okay.
It's not
Okay.
horrible, I guess. But I guess, I don't know. 6 months, I feel like when you say like 6 months, seems like a long time. But when
6
you
months?
live 6 months, it's so fast.
It's so fast. Like, what were we doing 6 months ago? What month was
At
that?
home in the pandemic.
yeah, recording this from home.
Yeah.
What about you, Jack?
What, moving in?
Yeah,
or
moving in.
I've never done it actually.
You've never lived with a significant
never-
other?
No, well, okay, so I don't even know if I've ever been in love, Kelly.
Okay, we got some work to do. We got Vegas. We got
Oh my God.
finding him in love.
We should be doing your angel dream cards. right now.
Yes.
Maybe when we go to Vegas,
Okay.
I'll fall in love instantly. I'll be really drunk, of course. We'll do one of those Vegas weddings.
It's a Chippendale dancer.
yeah, it's a Chippendale dancer. We get married.
That'd be so fun.
And then
What would be our bridesmaids outfit? Let's talk
We
about that
gotta
really
look
quick.
good. Yeah, we gotta look good.
Theme outfit. Theme.
the theme? I think if I were having a
Elvis.
wedding, a Vegas wedding, I would want the theme to be Bling Empire. We'll just be really rich. How about that?
Oh, we have high jewelry.
High jewelry.
I had never
Okay.
heard of high
Never
jewelry
heard of that.
before.
Never heard of that.
No.
Fun.
Yeah, no, but I don't think I've ever really been in love yet. I mean, I'm young. I'm 23. So and this past year didn't
Took a
really
year off
count.
your
Took a year off
life.
my life. So I'm really 22. and I don't know. I'm more of actually, I'm kind of feel like I'm the opposite where you say you have like codependency antics where you kind of fall into something fast and like
Mhm.
or you want to be there for someone. I for some reason think like I have a lot of trouble like getting serious with someone. I tend to just like do more of the dating around.
Yes, Jack is
Um,
a serial dater for sure. Like 2 dates in one day
Okay, I gotta learn from you.
kind of
I
vibe.
gotta learn from you.
I think a nice middle ground
Yeah,
between us
yeah,
is
yeah.
probably best.
But how do you know you're in love? Like, what's one thing you will know that you're like, this? I'm in love with this person. This is for both of you.
Well, if he's never
That's a good
done it, then
question.
how would he know?
Well, I'm just in his mind.
Isn't it just a vibe?
I think it's just I mean, I usually feel like when I'm dating someone, like if we broke up, like it wouldn't be devastating to me. Like I might be upset, you know, but it wouldn't be something that's like. Does that make
But I think that's
sense?
good.
Okay.
I think that's independence.
So you had to break up with somebody to know if you're in love with them or not.
No. Well, you can imagine if you would break up with them.
Okay.
But I don't know. I just think it's I don't know. I usually don't maybe I just don't allow myself enough dates with people to get to know them well enough.
Yeah. Jack will like text someone after a date and be like, it's over.
I'll just be
We're
like, I didn't
done.
feel the spark. I guess that's a question for you too.
But a
Is
spark can grow.
I know hypothetically the spark can grow, you know, but I always feel like I want that like crazy spark that you feel like instantly, which usually has me dating douchebags because the ones that give you the spark are the players because they know how to, you know.
Yes. Because you're like wanting something that you can't have. So that makes the emotions like much stronger.
Yeah, it's something
Mm.
like that. What do you think about the spark? Do you think that's
I think chemistry is very important. I dated a guy this is a while ago. I dated a guy for 5 months, and he was like paper perfect. Everything's like check, 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 check. And it was when I was about to meet his parents, and I just like I broke up with him
Oh, no.
because I just had no chemistry. He was so good looking, had everything successful. He was kind. Everything just a checklist. But we had no chemistry, and that's when I learned, you really can't make chemistry. And I
Yeah.
realized I felt really bad to drag him along for 5 months, and I should just. So I learned. That was the lesson I learned. On
But
that
what
relationship.
is chemistry? Like that's my question deep down every time because it's like, yeah, I kind of do agree actually. Like I guess the spark can grow, but I do think you know early on whether or not you have
Isn't
that
that just
chemistry.
like
But
your
what is
love
it?
map? And your love map isn't always right.
What does that mean?
It's like how you experienced love growing up. So for me, like I wanted someone who didn't necessarily want me all the time. And I think that's just what you want, but someone who's stable and nice and like perfect on paper, that might be like the one, even if the chemistry isn't like crazy, because it's always more passionate when it's like no, I want you. No.
Yeah.
You know, that's
Yeah.
what makes the passion,
Yeah,
more
I'm
intense.
obsessed with that. I'm obsessed. What it's
but that's not like sustainable.
I know. We just have bad
Did I
dating
just-
habits that we've adopted or something.
Yes.
Probably.
Yeah, for sure.
We've had
Same.
this sexologist on our show before.
Ooh.
Yeah, and she was telling us about it's intermittent. What is it called when they? It's exactly what you're explaining. It's like when they
Give you
they
love
give you
and take it
love
away.
and then like won't text you for a week.
It's like
you know?
gambling.
And then they text you again. Inconsistent reward.
Yes.
Inconsistent reward.
Yes.
I don't like that. I feel like that's very toxic.
It is toxic.
It is
right?
toxic.
But it's
But most people want it.
Want it.
Yeah.
Like subconsciously.
It's like when you're gambling, you're like putting money in the slot and it's like, ugh, as soon as you're about to give up, then you get, you know, like $5 or whatever
Yeah.
in 1 cent
Yeah.
coins. And then you're like, oh, I love this.
I could keep winning.
Yeah.
like,
and then
I'm
that's
gonna
why it's
win now.
addicting.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you taking notes for your players book in case you want to be a player?
I don't want to be a player. I just
You just want a player.
no. Oh my god. Well, okay. I'm writing it down in my player book so I know, so I can read it after the dates and check off if he's doing these things. Because ultimately, I do want something that's healthier. Obviously, I want to be happier in a relationship, but it's just hard to not be dragged back in. The players, they know what
Jack's
they're
going to be
doing.
like sobbing by the end of this episode.
No, I'm not sad. I'm not sad. I'm
We've hit a
fine,
nerve.
guys. I'm fine. But
Sometimes the safe choice is the right choice. You should hit up that guy that you
Oh my
dated for 5 months.
Oh no, he's
No.
married
No.
with kids now.
Oh,
That was
okay.
so long ago. That was so long ago.
Oh,
oh
okay.
my god,
Yeah.
would you ever date someone who has kids?
I'm not opposed to it. I've never done it.
Yeah.
Because you have to realize that the kid is his number one, and you
Yeah.
have to be okay with it, and you also have to love the kid. You know.
Yeah.
So I've never done it.
Would you want your own kids?
I would love to have my own kids. I froze my eggs last year, so just in case.
Hell yeah.
Is that intense?
You have. I mean, sounds really worse than it really is. You have to shoot yourself so 2 shots in the morning, about 3 shots at nighttime. So you
Wait,
poke yourself
injection?
a lot
5 a day?
5
Yeah.
shots a day?
Yeah.
For how long?
for about 10 days. 10 to
Wow.
14 days, depends on Yeah.
Holy shit. I just got a shot yesterday and I was freaking out.
you have to shoot yourself, which is a little weird. But I'm happy I did it just in case, But I do want to have kids. So I think being a mom, because for me, life is all about experiences. I think being a mom is something that you just can't replace
Mm-hmm.
with anything else.
If you don't meet your dream man this year, what would you still have kids without a man?
Potentially, but I don't think this year. Maybe I'll give myself another 5 years.
Yeah,
yeah.
for sure.
And I think so. It's good just to have my eggs there, just in case.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I might never use them, but just in case.
Okay, Kelly, it has been a pleasure. You are a boss. Please tell the people where they can find more of you and what you're up to.
You can follow me on Instagram. It's @KellyMealy. And that's about it. I can't keep up with anything else.
Bling Empire, watch it.
Definitely watch it.
Amazing show. Look out for season 2 sometime.
Yeah,
this
when
year,
is season
next
2
year?
coming out?
Hopefully end of this year.
Hell yeah. Thanks for listening. I'm Amy Oddman.
I'm Jack Dodge, and this is Dating Straight.
See you next Tuesday.
We could be broken hearted lovers.